Good afternoon. My project is on using technology for feedback. I created a bundle of tools based on free apps and other resources that were available for teachers and students to collaborate with one another. Everyone likes feedback. Think about when you come down the stairs in a new outfit and you turn to your significant other and say, "Do I look good?" And you want to know, do you look good? Right? And so it's the same idea with students. And we're finding through research that teachers who give more feedback and frequent feedback have students who have better outcomes and are more engaged. So the one with the young man with his thumbs up just demonstrates to you that everybody loves to hear how they're doing and what goes well. And then, of course, the teacher doing math on the on the chalkboard, in the bottom right, shows that people who have feedback are actually able to change what they're doing. And so it is a pretty successful tool. So using technology for feedback is a huge time saver, and it will increase engagement because that is a methodology that works really well with students. So the way that I set up this bundle is for teachers to decide what works best with their content and what works best for their students. So there's 4 tools. It's screencasting or video feedback, Google Docs for mostly word processing, and those kinds of things. Instant feedback apps, so stuff like Kahoot, Socrative, and then electronic exit tickets, where teachers will be able to ensure what students know very fast. One of the things I've been recently studying to be a Google trainer, and one of the things in Google certification is talking about the benefit for teachers, and that for professional development to be successful, you have to be right on task and present to teachers what they know and what they can use right away. The results of electronic feedback through studies that I've reviewed is improved student engagement. Students can review feedback for upcoming assignments when it's written and electronic. It's easier for kids to find. Teachers save time, and students receive better and more significant results. And parents can review feedback as well. So tools and training. For video feedback, you need a computer with a webcam or an iPad, and then access to something like Vimeo or YouTube. So teachers would need to learn how to do all of those tools as well as students in order to be successful. And one of the things that's really nice about video feedback is the communication is easier. Sometimes when you're providing written feedback, you're not sure if people understand it and if you're making sense. And so when it's recorded, you can be able to, have the nuance of language and nonverbal communication. And then some examples where students could communicate better with teachers in this format. It's found to be pretty successful. Another one is word processing, and the best tool for this is Google Docs. And all of us have probably used it in some form or another, but it's a great way for teachers to ensure that students are working on something and not just cutting and pasting from somewhere, and also to be able to provide line-by-line feedback. We've all corrected with the pen to paper format, and sometimes that is helpful, but with concerns about the environment and concerns about time, teachers and students can collaborate with one another in real time to support students' work. Electronic exit tickets. This is something that's maybe not used in higher grades, but this is geared for K-12 teachers, where you can the teachers will need training on specific tools and then an internet connection, of course, and student devices, but students will be able to say exactly what they know. So you say, what are 3 takeaways from today's lesson? Well, if you're collecting a big stack of those papers and then trying to match them with the students and review those, that could take a long time. But if you have students say, tweet on Twitter like the 3 things they took away, and then you follow the hashtag, you can just quickly scan them and see how students did, which might work better with older kids, obviously. And then instant feedback apps. The one that I use a lot in my classroom is Kahoot. And so the kids love to play it because it's a game and it's clearly formative assessment, not summative, but it gives you an idea what they know, what they don't know, and then you can teach from the Kahoot. So you would need an internet connection, projector, teacher and student devices, and then some relevant content to see what kids know and what they don't know. So I think those would be very helpful in ensuring that the feedback is exchanged. So electronic feedback gets a lot of pedagogical support because of the idea of being able to tell students how they're doing. So university studies and in lots of work, we found that kids really benefit from knowing how they're doing beyond just an A, B, or a C. They need to know what they're doing well and what they can improve. So there is a lot of support with telling students how they do. Think about teacher observations and how well teachers benefit from knowing what they need to do and what they need to work on. It's also an emerging trend in educational technology to use some of these tools. Some of them are more emerging than others, but the idea of providing electronic feedback is important. And I think I would be remiss if I didn't mention that it's easy to get teachers' feedback in a teacher buy-in because they personally benefit. I have also included my resources, so I think this could be very beneficial if someone would like to review. I have a website created, and you can certainly look at it. Thank you so much for your time.